Tuk Smith and the Restless Hearts. I mean, this is a whole new project that you got going on. When did you actually start this? Because, of course, we all saw the official music video, which I'm going to be sharing with everybody out there. Killer video, by the way, and you sound as good as ever. But how long have you had this solo project of yours going now?
Well, during the time that we were going through some legal things.
Okay.
So I knew it was going to come to an end. And so I just started formulating, like, I want to put a solo record out, but I didn't have a band. So I met the guy that produced my record, Rob Cavallo. He's done everybody, Green Day, Goo Goo Dolls, My Chemical Romance. He met my manager. My manager said, "Hey, are you looking for a rock and roll guy to produce?" And Cavallo's basically like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I got this guy from the band Biters." And I think Rob was pretty familiar with Biters. And he goes, "Cool." And they stayed in touch. So I ended up just meeting Rob Cavallo out in LA. And I went to his house and I just played him a bunch of new songs I'd written on acoustic, just me. And he was like, "Fuck, man, that is great. Play it again." And so I played him a bunch of the material, just kind of acoustic. And we kind of developed a relationship. And at some point he goes, "Listen, man, I really want to make your record. Go find somebody to put it out."
Wow.
And it was a whole other thing. So, but during this time, I started producing a lot of other bands' records for income to stay busy. So I was in the studio a shit ton, 2018, 17,
Okay.
really produced a lot of other bands. And I wrote like 40 songs for this record. A lot of fucking tunes for this. I never put so much work into something in my life because
Wow.
I had to stay busy or I would go crazy. Because the band I had for almost a decade was gone. I'm trying to find a new identity, and you're kind of in between your new path without any plan. So I just started writing as much as I could to fill my time, and it worked out really good. So I'm glad.
Yeah, Tuck, I would say it did. You know what? And it's so funny because, it's funny how you're talking about, being the, singer, songwriter, just ultimate, musician, rocker that you are. You talk about these things behind the scenes and everything that you're going through mentally and emotionally, and of course, everyone on the outside, your fan base, they don't know, unless you're spouting off the gums, on Twitter and Facebook, social media at large, unless you're one of the people that, puts your whole life out there, no one would be any the wiser. So, from the outside looking in, I can say, just as a fan, of yours, I would have never known that you had any kind of reservations or, anxieties over what was going to happen next, because just knowing you and your music and your talent and everything like that, I would have had no question in the world that you were going to land on your own 2 feet. But here you are, not knowing what is going to come next, which is just, it's kind of wild, the kind of things you take for granted. I think that, people look at, folks like yourself and they just think life's great. It's just a cakewalk. It's all gravy. Like the words are just flowing off the end of your pen, pencil, keyboard, whatever as you're writing songs, and that there's never going to be any issues. There's never any concerns about tomorrow. But that's not necessarily true. I mean, you feel that anxiety, I guess, over what's next regularly, yeah?
I think, yeah. To me, personally, my view with artists in rock and roll, I think it's time just to be more interested in the truth and what your intentions are. So, I mean, one of the magic of rock and roll is the illusion of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, the illusion, right. Yeah, because everybody cares.
I mean, Mick Jagger, he probably practiced in the mirror a whole fucking lot, his moves. Prince probably spent thousands of hours tweaking mixes and stuff. So
right.
I would assume my rock and roll heroes and idols were very, very obsessed and hyper-focused. Because I think that's what it takes to be great. So with this project, I'm just trying to be as truthful as possible, and real and as authentic as possible. Because there's a lot of bullshit online and fake bullshit with the internet. So I'm just kind of so sick of it. I would rather just tell the truth. So yeah, in all reality, man, it was really not glamorous. Towards the end of Biters, it was really, really hard. I had a lot of soul searching to do, and truly blessed to be back in the situation that I'm in, and I feel like there's really there's some justice in the universe, because I worked so fucking hard, and I had this like come to Jesus moment, I would say, that I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? And I just kept working and kept my head down and kept grinding, and now I'm in like a really good position. I'm very blessed, truly humbled by it. So.
Well, I'm definitely glad you found your way back. Now, I'm just curious, and, I guess this is for, not just Tuk Smith's fans, but, Biters fans as well, because I'm sure that, the front man, the maestro, that you are, keeping the legacy alive. Is there anything specific, because, again, Biters was, you were with them. That was your baby for a long time. Is there anything specific that you took away from that experience that you're applying to Tuk Smith and the Restless Hearts? Anything specific that you learned that like you would never do again, or anything that you're doing differently?
Yeah, I mean, that experience, I learned so much from that. And you got to be careful what you wish for.
Right on.
From that. Because when I was with Biters, I was trying to appease like a very small niche cult fan base, but I also wanted to be very, very big. And I don't know if you can have it both. So when I was going to make this record, my goal was to the intention to write songs that need to be played in arenas. And so going into it, the essence of writing this record was for it to be a really big, cool rock and roll record that could have mass appeal but still staying true. And I don't know if I was able to do that with Biters, because we had such a niche kind of cult following. And when Biters started getting outside of the little clubs and outside of the kind of punk rock and roll scene, and we were taking bigger tours, my core fan base would call me a sellout, a core on, you've lost touch. But really, I just wanted to spread the word, like everybody. So it was really weird. So I kind of just said, I don't give a fuck.
Right on, man. Right on.
Kind of
well, it's funny you're talking about tours and packing arenas, because that is a perfect segue for something that I really want to talk to you a lot about, man. Because, I got friendly with Rick Allen from Def Leppard. Of course, he is the legendary drummer. And, I covered them over their tour right before they went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then all of a sudden, The Dirt comes out with Mötley Crüe, and now Mötley Crüe's got the itch, to get back out there and tour again. And then all of a sudden, this whole tour gets thrown together with Def Leppard, Mötley Crüe, and Poison, Bret Michaels and company. And then all of a sudden, I see, just the other day, Tuk Smith and the Restless Hearts. Dude, kudos and congratulations for landing on that ticket, dude.
That shit is wild, isn't it?
How geeked out of your mind are you, man? I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Listen, when I thought I was gonna get the Kiss tour, and I was really close to get it, and I would lay in bed every fucking night for months with my eyes closed, visualizing playing on huge stages in front of tons of people, and I was like trying to do some fucking magic in my brain to get an arena tour, and we didn't get the Kiss tour. I was super bummed, and 3 days later I got the call that we were getting the Mötley Crüe Def Leppard tour.
Oh man,
dude, I could not believe it, because I put so much mental and spiritual energy into getting this fucking Kiss tour. And I was crushed, and then like 72 hours I got called and said, Nikki just signed off on you being on the tour.
Wow.
So dude, it was like, I almost cried. It was like a spiritual moment. It felt fucking crazy.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what, Tuck, if you grew like a little soul patch, man, you might look like Nikki Sixx a bit, like back in the day, dude. You know?
You know what I've been getting everywhere I go? I've been getting David Cassidy.
Oh, no, man. Oh, God. No.
Oh, God damn it.
You know, no, I'll give you the Nicky Six. You know, I mean, in his younger years, you know, because those guys, they got some work to do. I mean, you've stayed in shape. You know, obviously you look good. You know, you're perfect for a front man. Mötley Crüe's got a little. I guess they. I heard they got some personal trainers and dietitians and all that stuff, just so they can fit back into their tight leather spandex and all that good stuff. You know.
Listen, somebody told me some of the rules for rock and roll. This is all with aging.
All right.
Stay fresh, stay skinny. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what they told me.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine that's that's yeah. I mean, because who wants to be a big fat slob up on stage? You know. I mean, come on, man.
Meatloaf.
You know? Oh God. Well, so you know, when it comes to Def Leppard, Mötley Crüe, and all those guys, had you ever worked or toured at any capacity with any of those musicians before? Like, had you ever been on, like, well, you know, kind of like Rock Allegiance, any of the Danny Wimmer stuff? Like, was there any big, like, festivals that you had at least performed at where you kind of saw any of those guys in passing? Or is this literally going to be your first time in the presence of greatness?
I've never met any of these guys that are on tour. Well, Joan Jett, I've seen her in passing, being behind stage with Cheap Trick and things like that. But
okay.
I think the only connection I have with any of them is when a Biters record came out, Electric Blood. Nicky Six was kind of championing that on his radio show.
Oh, nice.
But I don't even know if he knew it was me. I'm just super excited to meet him. I heard they're all really great guys. So.
Yeah, no, oh my God, that's insane. And I'm sorry I left out Joan Jett because she's on that tour too. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, yeah?
I love her.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got to catch up with her in Boston some years back, in Philadelphia too. That was, oh God, she still sounds awesome, you know, and I mean, of course, she was, you know, one of the first real, you know, lady rockers, you know, I mean, she kind of broke that glass ceiling, so to speak, you know, I mean, she was one of, you know, a few, you know, but I mean, she was definitely there in the beginning, so that's really, really cool. Now, when does this start? Just so everybody can really start honing in here. I mean, get your tickets now, folks. I mean, if they're not already sold out. When do you kick off the tour with these guys?
I think it's June 21st.
Okay, all right. So we're looking closer to the summertime. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, so we just checked out this new music video of yours. You know, that literally you just put out the other day. That is all part of, I guess, what is going to be your new album with the Restless Hearts?
Yep. We have another video in the can, but it wasn't the first single. And during the making of this last video, we got confirmed for the tour, so it was really exciting. But I make the videos with my buddy Raheem. I've only made videos with him, and the whole team is put together here in Atlanta. And I wrote and produced the video. I love being hands-on. And it was definitely the biggest production that I've been a part of making my videos. So I'm pretty stoked how it turned out. Did you know we were supposed to be the wedding band or not? Most people didn't.
No. But, you know, it's funny because, you know, I mean, you talk about the videos, you know, and just the quality of the production, you know, that you have been really solid, you know, and being consistent with that. Because I know with Biters, you had a bunch of music videos, and I mean, they were all top notch. I mean, it's none of my business, you know, what your budget was or where that came from, how you did all that. But I mean, there wasn't a single video that you put out where you would say, "Oh man, you know, like they must have got a friendship discount on that," you know, like that was low quality, you know, so like something I would put together myself. You know, all your stuff is really top notch. So, you know, with another one that you got in the can right now that you're talking about, when can we expect this new album? Do we have any kind of a release date planned for this?
So I think that the tentative plan is they're going to put out singles every 6 to 8 weeks leading up to the tour.
Okay.
So around the start of the tour, my whole album.
Okay.
I have like so many singles. This is going to be like a greatest hits album. I'm stoked.
Yeah, that's wild. So, all right, so you literally are looking at putting this out like more in a as a digital type of offering.
I think up until the tour, once the full album release, there'll be vinyl and that shit, all that kind of stuff. So
All right, all right. Now, is there anything in particular about this story? And again, everybody, we are here with Tuk Smith, and he's got his new solo band, Tuk Smith and the Restless Hearts. And I'm Scotty J, and you're listening to W4CY Radio Rock Titan Live. But so as far as heading out on tour with all these guys, playing all this amazing new music that you have written, anything in particular that you're looking forward to? Anything that, you kind of want to check off on that bucket list of yours?
I think this record, I got done with it in March, so
Okay.
it's kind of been sitting here. So I'm so excited just to get the motherfucker released.
Right on, man.
And start working again. We've been playing dates around the Southeast and things, but I'm super excited to go back to Europe because Biters were definitely kind of building a following over there. Super excited to go back to the UK. And I'm more excited about just getting a real fucking shot this time. So I'm just stoked, man.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. That's awesome. Tuck, I am so damn happy for you, man. Really,
Thanks.
honestly. Well, one thing I kind of want to get your take on, because, obviously we're talking about, the present and the future, and all the excitement that you have going on. Obviously, you've had a lot of influence in your career, though, that's got you to where you are today. And just in this past week alone, we lost a legend, man, that is someone that, had to have influenced your work a little bit. I mean, I'm talking about Rush's Neil Peart, who just passed away. You happen to be a Rush fan at all?
Of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sound like Geddy Lee.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you lose artists like this, it's like, oh my God, like, am I really that old, that I'm starting to lose all these legends, these icons, that have been playing with us and stuff like that. But do you particularly have any specific memories of Rush or any particular favorite song that made you really want to be the rock star you are today?
Well, I mean, as much I dig Rush, but I just listen to classic rock radio growing up on it.
Right on, man.
So a bunch of killer riffs, and I'm definitely a fan. But I think the thing is, all the rock icons now are starting to die, and it's really kind of dawning on people that there's got to be some new ones in the mix to kind of carry on the legacy. And I think that's one of the reasons I got this tour. I think big promoters and booking agencies and labels are realizing that once there aren't the Def Leppards or the Rushes or the Tom Petty's around or the Bowies, who are going to be able to fill these stadiums and arenas.
Right.
So I think we're going to start seeing actual rock and roll artists, not label created boy band shit, but actual real artists. I think we're going to start seeing those get their shot on the world stage, which is really great. It's been long overdue.
Yeah, man, it's different, It is a whole new age now, I mean, you almost have to wonder, like, for a lot of the bands that were as big as they were, had they started out, in the landscape like you did, kind of like in the, in the new millennium, certainly, with this whole digital age upon us, and stuff like that, would they have been able to experience the same success that they had starting out back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, like you almost wonder if, if they never might have even been, because of everything. Because I think about that a lot for, guys like yourself, musicians out there today. It is so hard to make a living, as a musician, because it's not like everything is just based off record sales anymore, even with digital sales and all the different airplay that you get and stuff like that. It's just not the same. I mean, you guys are really dependent on touring and your merch. Yeah?
100%.
Man.
I don't think like the artists we're talking about, like the great legacy artists, I don't think they would make it today because labels aren't giving artists a chance to develop. Like Mellencamp didn't break for multiple albums. Bowie didn't really get big till like I think Let's Dance in the States. That was he was big in the UK, but a lot of these artists had to really develop. And now, because there's not as much money, if the first single doesn't pop, you're dropped. And so what's happening, they have to make sure these first singles pop off if you're doing it on a big scale. So they'll end up sending bands to several pop writers. And so what's happening, you're getting songs that aren't really written through the artist's voice and experience. And so then you're getting a less nutritious form of art. It's just like McDonald's or some shit. So I think it's really important to develop artists and let the artist have his own voice, so everything doesn't sound like cookie cutter bullshit. I think what makes my record different is because the label I signed to, Alan Kovac, is really a big proponent on kind of saying fuck you to the industry standards and saying I'm sick of this cookie cutter bullshit. He completely rebranded his label. He did not get in my business at all when I made the record. He let me do my thing. He didn't try to change me. He didn't go, this is what's hot now. We need to make this. And I think that's really, really important to create artists. So,
right on. I know we're talking about Better Noise Music, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what a label, man. You got a lot of great company there with you.
Yeah, and they're doing they just did a whole new rebrand. I know they signed to AWOL Nation. And I think they're kind of using me as the, not the guinea pig, but the artist that's like, listen, this doesn't really sound like anything going on right now, but this needs to be the new standard of the industry. Let artists be different. Let them sound different, which is really cool, and I'm excited because it fits right in with my ethics. So.
Yeah, man. Well, again, Tuk, I'm very excited for you. And again, everybody, we are here with Tuk Smith and the Restless Hearts, and they are going to be going out on tour this spring with Def Leppard, Mötley Crüe, Poison, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Man, that is awesome, and be looking for some new singles from these guys every 6 to 8 weeks. And when can we expect this next music video of yours?
Hey, listen, man. Sorry I wasn't drunk this interview. It's only noon. Last time I was fucked up. And you wanted me to act crazy, but I can't right now. But next time I see you, me and you are going to act like fools.
We're going to have to imbibe a little bit, maybe, you know. We'll get a sponsor. We'll get a proper sponsor, and, we'll have to show it, on the camera, and, I'll collect some royalties from that. But I'm drying out, man. I'm actually trying to dry out, Tuk. When I caught you at Rock Allegiance, I might have actually had a few in me. I don't know what kind of shape I was actually in, but I don't think I was 100% necessarily. I was a little wild. At least that's what I saw in all the comments from all the videos that I had put out there. But I am 2 weeks dry right now, my friend. I have not had a sip of alcohol since New Year's Eve.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. Well, like we were talking about earlier, I mean, you want to be skinny, I mean, thin is in, I mean, I'm not, I don't rock the curves very well, I got a curvy stature, and that's not working for me, man. I want to look more like you, dude. I want to look more like you. Although what I got on top, that's never coming back. There's nothing I can do about that. But I can do something about this, So we'll see. But that's part of my motivation. It wasn't necessarily a what do they call it? New Year's resolution per se. I just wanted to try to get healthy, look better, feel better, the whole 9 yards. Speaking of New Year's, what about you, man? You got anything other than this tour coming up? But did you have any specific goals for 2020 that you wanted to achieve beyond the tour and obviously your new music coming out? Maybe something on a more personal nature?
The career stuff, putting out my record and getting a really big tour was definitely one of the main things I wanted to manifest. But I just want my record to do good and hope people like it and hope people understand it for what it is.
Right on, man.
That's all. I just, every artist puts blood and sweat into their work. They just want people to dig it.
Yeah.
That's all. Just trying to stay focused, stay humble, make sure that I treat people good, and the biggest problem, man, is I got to change is I flip out and act like a little bitch and write emails, and then I regret them 5 minutes later. So I got to have patience and not blow off the fucking handle. That's my big.
Never act out of anger, man. Never act out of anger. It's never a good thing. Never a good thing. I've probably burned myself more than a couple of times because of that. But
Yeah.
before I let you go though, Tuck, I know you got to get going, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. But
Thank you for
D,
having
I got to talk to D down there in Florida. I mean, you can chime in, D. You're allowed to just talk. You can interrupt. You can cut me off if you want. Is there anything specific that you're interested in talking to Tuck about? Anything you want to know?
I mean, you pretty much covered everything. I'm excited to, I'm not a very, I'm not a very big rock fan, like new rock, but I'm a huge Mötley Crüe fan. Love Mötley Crüe. I know I sound very young. I'm 29. I'll be 29 this year. I grew up with, Def Leppard, Mötley Crüe, White Snake, the whole shebang. My mom was definitely an 80s hair metal baby. I definitely pulled more of her in me. So I love doing shows like this where I get to be introduced to new rock. Like, I went to Fort Rock like 3-4 years ago. My boss, who owns the station, Dean, made me go to Fort Rock. Never been to a rock show a day in my life. I had no idea who anybody was in this lineup, but we had Five Finger Death Punch, Rob Zombie. I heard of Rob Zombie, and I know like one or two Rob Zombie songs. Who else was on that bill? I'm just trying to think. And I fell in love with the rock scene at that point in time. I actually met a dude at a rock concert. We were doing our thing for a little bit, and then I kept going back every year. And I just started gaining more and more love for the rock culture. Like, one of my favorite bands is In This Moment. Love In This Moment. I think she's a badass.
Oh, Maria Brink. Oh God, she's awesome, man.
So I'm so excited to hear your new album, hear your music, and have a new favorite artist to add to my rock collection.
Well, I'll tell you what, D. You should go back and check out some of what Biters did. That's Biters. Go check out what Tuck was doing with them, because that was some great music, and there's no reason to believe that the Restless Hearts aren't going to be even better. But yeah, it's funny you talked about Maria Brink there real quick, because I think back at Rock Allegiance, I'm pretty certain that In This Moment, they were there. They were at that one, and then Hailstorm, they were on that. That was a great concert, man.
Yeah,
Are you doing Are you doing some Danny Wimmer stuff this year, Tuck? Is that in the plans?
I know that my agent is pushing for it.
Okay.
Hopefully we get some of those festivals, March, April, May, all that.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Well, I got to see you out here in Philly, but you're down there in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We're gonna do shows before the tour, so hopefully we'll get up there before.
yeah, man. Well, if you don't get up north, I'm gonna have to come down south. I need to get on the road here, man. I'm such a homebody. I got to get out of the studio. I got to get out of Rock Titan Studios here. It's like, the only time I feel like I'm traveling is when I got some foreign destination on my green screen here. That's like as close as I get to actually transporting myself away anywhere. But
You get the fuck out.
I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna crash at your pad. What do you think?
Got a guest room, man, but you gotta be cool with 2 dogs sleeping in the bed, would you?
Hey, man, it's all good. My German Shepherd sleeps with me every night.
Okay.
And then I got my other dog, my wife, she's sleeping next to me. I was going to whip out the word, but I'm like, you know what? I better not do that. That wouldn't be cool. You know where I'm going now,
Bitch. Anymore.
Yeah, no, can't. I wouldn't throw that out there. That's not how I would describe her. Nah, she's my rock. She's my anchor. She, keeps me in check from doing anything I'd ultimately regret. But, all right, Tuck. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Rock Titan Live. And it was awesome catching up with you again, man. And I cannot wait to see you out on the tour trail. We will definitely catch up wherever that may be. And, dude, again, congratulations. Congratulations on everything you've got going on with your new solo band. And everybody, go check them out. What's the best place, Tuck? Your website, Better Noise Records, all your, anything you have going on out there? Well, I guess you only have the single out there right now, right?
Just make sure you don't relapse and punch another hole through your door.
Yeah.
You're more
Oh, Oh man. Oh my God. Too funny. Too funny.
He was mad as fuck.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time we're gonna party. Next time I have you on, it's gonna be like the man show. You know, we'll have some girls on trampolines, and you know, we'll have fluids flowing and all that good stuff. Sound like a plan?
Dicks out, hair fucking wild.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Well, Tuck, thanks again, man. Everybody, Tuk
Thank
Smith
you.
and the Restless Hearts, and yeah, go check him out online. Just Google Tuk Smith. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Right on, brother.